Welcome to Big Daddy Storytime. We're reading Walt Disney's Monsters Incorporated. Hey, can you see Sullivan there? Hey, can you see Mike waving? Hi, everybody, he says. Would you like to read a story about Monsters, Inc.? You would? Okay, let's get started. It was a sunny morning in Monstropolis as two monsters arrived at work. One was a huge blue spotted monster named James P. Sullivan, or Sulley for short, and one was small with an enormous eye called Mike Wazowski. The two of them worked at Monsters Incorporated. It was their job to compare screams and to capture screams from children and use them as energy to power the city. They entered the human world through doors kept at the factory. While Sully and Mike stopped in the locker room, a group of monsters were getting a lesson on how to scare. Mr. Waternose, the five-eyed monster of president and president of Monsters Incorporated, reminded them of the most important rule. There's nothing more toxic or deadly than a human child. A single touch could kill you. Just as Sully and Mike were about to head to the scare floor, a chameleon like monster named Randall appeared from out of nowhere. Mike screamed, "Ah!" and fell backwards. Randall snickered, "Ha ha ha. What do you know? It scares little kids and little monsters too." Randall was Sully's only competition for top scarer, and Randall was determined to take the lead. Each monster had a station on the scare floor. There was a door. There, a door would drop down from a huge vault in the ceiling so that the monster could enter a child's bedroom and scare them. Red lights lit up above the door to show that they were active. Mike cheered on Sully, "Go, Sully, go!" as he opened the door and crossed into a child's room. Suddenly, an alarm sounded. Ew, 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 ew. Another monster had come back with a human sock stuck to him. "Get it off! Get it off!" he screamed. Agents from the Child Detection Agency, a CDA, swarmed the scare floor to get rid of the dangerous sock. But by the end of the day, Sully and Mike had collected lots of screams. "Another day like this, and that scare record's in the bag," Mike bragged as they left the scare floor. But when Sully started to leave, he noticed that a door hadn't been returned to the vault. Sully slowly opened the door and stepped into a child's bedroom. There was no one inside, but when he returned to the scare floor, a little girl was clinging to his tail. "Kitty, kitty," he cried. Sully was terrified. He tried to put her back, but someone was coming. He couldn't let them see that he had been in contact with a child, so he quickly scooped up the girl. Then he grabbed Mike and rushed home. The monsters brought the girl back to their home while they tried to come up with a plan. The girl ran around happily, hee hee hee, but when she grabbed a one-eyed teddy bear, "That's it! No one touches little Mikey!" Mike yelled. As Mike grabbed the bear back, the girl screamed loudly. The energy from the scream made the lights in the apartment surge brightly. Mike tried to give the bear back to her, but she slipped and landed upside down. The girl began to laugh. "Ha ha!" Caused all the lights in the whole building to blow out. Sully looked around amazed, seeing that the girl's laughter was even more powerful than her screaming. Sully and Mike realized that she wasn't dangerous, but they still had to get the girl back to the human world. The next day, Sully disguised her in as a monster costume and brought her to the factory. They saw Mr. Waternose as they were going in and hid inside the restroom. When they were inside, they heard a fungus talking. "Randall, what are you going to do about the child?" "Shh! You just get the machine up and running, and I'll take care of the kid. And when I find whoever let it out, they're dead," Randall sneered. Mike and Sully hurried to the scare floor. A door was waiting for them. Sully shook his head. This isn't Boo's door." "Boo! What's Boo?" yelled Mike. Mike was mad that Sully had named the girl. "Once you name it, you start getting attached to it. Now say goodbye to it. Where'd it go? Where'd it go?" The monsters looked around. Boo was gone. Sulley took off to find Boo. Mike tried to follow behind, but Randall cornered him. "Where's the kid? Where's the kid?" Randall said, lifting Mike off the ground. Mike crossed his arms. "You're not pinning this on me." Randall told Mike that the scare floor was about to empty out for lunch, and Boo's door would be there. You have until then to put the kid back," Randall said, dropping Mike to the floor. Sulley had found Boo by the time Mike finally reached him. They returned to the scare floor where they spotted Boo's door. "There it is, just like Randall said," Mike said happily. He marched into Boo's room. Suddenly, a large box trapped him. Randall popped out of a hiding spot and carried away the box with Mike in it. Sulley gasped. "The trap was meant for Boo!" Sully and Boo caught up with Randall just as he was strapping Mike into a giant machine in a secret lab. Randall grinned evilly at Mike. "I'm going to revolutionize the scaring industry. Say hello to the scream extractor," Randall said. Randall was going to use the scream extractor on Mike and Boo. Luckily, when Randall wasn't looking, Sully freed Mike. Sully and Mike went to find Mr. Waternose, tell him about Randall's evil plan. He was training a class of new scarers when they found him. "James, come and show everyone how to scare," Mr. Waternose boomed. Before Sully could protest, Mr. Waternose made him enter a fake bedroom and show the students how a real scare sounded. As Sully roared, Boo began to cry. Sully was upset. He didn't mean to scare her. Just then the hood of Boo's costume slipped off her head. Mr. Waternose gasped, "The child!" Angrily that there was a child in them. Angry that there was a child in Monsters Incorporated, he told Scully and Mike that they had to take Boo back to her door. Reluctantly, they agreed. Mr. Waternose brought Mike and Sully to a strange-looking door. Mike frowned. "Oh, sir, that's not her door." I know, it's yours," Mr. Waternose said, as they shoved Mike and Sully through the door and slammed it shut. The two friends landed on Snowy Mountain. They had to find their way back to Monsters Incorporated. Luckily, Sully found an active closet door in a nearby village. He crossed back into the Monsters Incorporated. Then he raced to Randall's secret lab. "Boo!" Sully cried. Boo was strapped in a chair, the scream extractor inches away from her face. Sully rushed up to Boo, smashed the machine, and together they ran away from the secret lab. Just in time, Mike appeared. He ran with Sully and Boo to the scare floor. They grabbed onto a door that was on its way back to the vault. They had to get to Boo's door. Sully knew what to do. Make her laugh, Sully cried to Mike. As Boo laughed, all the doors lit up. Sully saw Boo's door flying by. Holding Boo, he and Mike jumped onto it, but before they could get open, it started to drop. Mike screamed, "What's happening?" The door sailed down toward the scare floor where Mr. Waternose was waiting. He grinned evilly. On the ground, Sully grabbed Boo and her door and started to run. Mr. Waternose chased after them. They ran into the training room. Suddenly, Sully put Boo's door in the fake bedroom and hid Boo in the bed. He needed to make it look like it was her bedroom so Mr. Waternose would believe it. Mr. Waternose ran in. Sully turned on and pleaded with him to leave Boo alone. She's home now. Just leave her alone." "I can't do that. She's seen too much. I'll kidnap 1,000 children before I let this company die," Mr. Waternose yelled back. Suddenly the lights came on. Mr. Waternose had been caught on tape. CDA agents entered the room and arrested Mr. Waternose for trying to kidnap Boo. Moments later, Sully opened Boo's real door. She was delighted to see her room again. Sully tucked Boo in bed and patted her on the head. "Nothing's coming out of this closet to scare you anymore." "Goodbye, Boo," he said sadly. "Kitty," Boo said softly. Sully quietly stepped into her closet and closed the door behind him. When she was on the other side, the CDA shredded Boo's door so future monsters could never get into her room. Thanks to Sully and Mike's discovery of the power of children's laughter, Monsters Incorporated changed their energy source to laughter. Sully took over as president, and Mike was their top laugh collector. One day, Mike presented Sully and Boo's door. And he had saved the pieces and stuck them together. From then on, Sully was able to check on Boo and make sure she was laughing too. What have we learned today from Mike and Sully and Boo? We learned that family, teamwork, and love and laughter and happiness and fun always are important in every single day. That's right, my friends. Be sure to have a fun-filled super day today. Be sure to like, favorite, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more Big Daddy Storytime. God bless.